Welcome back to Evan's Boyfriend. This is Sarda.
I'm Chancellor. Welcome back, guys.
Well, not evening, afternoon, everyone. Today we have a Guerlain fragrance this week to talk about. We have Guerlain Insolence. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, guys.
Figured we'd do a review of Guerlain Insolence because we did that sample sniff with all the Guerlain fragrances. Not that this is related, but you know, with summertime coming and everything, and we're already in spring. I think the really beautiful fragrance of spring, actually all year round. But you know, you have violets, you have sweet notes. Let's get into it.
And as always, guys, we appreciate our newest subscribers, our newest commenters. I want to give you guys a special thanks. Mr. T. Roy or Troy Johnson. Nato said the Walrus. That's an interesting.
I like that name.
That's an interesting name.
Sounds like a children's book almost. Like yeah, I like that.
What's that smell? We appreciate your continued support. And the lovely Miss Felicity Deluvian. We appreciate your continued support as well.
Thank you so much to everyone. Like, thank you for leaving your comments, and yes, thank you.
Thank you for coming back, guys.
Now let's go ahead and get into the notes for Guerlain Insolence here. We have red berries at the top. We have violet, iris, African orange flower, tonka, sandalwood, and woodsy notes, and just a generalized woodsy notes. Now, wow, smells really great. What do you get with this?
Super uber feminine. I'm getting that. I'm getting the red berries, and I'm getting the violet. It's really this really powdery essence, and it's. I think some people probably may construe this as like a older woman, like feminine scent. You know, maybe like the lady at church. But I don't get that. I get that it's youthful. It's still playful, and I think it's really nice for the summer and spring months.
I really like that reference. You know why? Because Chance is kind of right. Like when you think about violets or roses, you think about older fashion fragrances, right? Like these floral notes that maybe were particularly feminine and would show up in women's fragrances for a time, or you know, that kind of thing. But or you think about the violet candies, like, you know, kind of your grandmother might have had in her purse that she gives you. But well, this is a way to make it playful and youthful. And violets are actually very youthful and romantic, in my opinion. You get that powderiness that's mixed with iris, and it just like makes it like a classic, which is why it's been added to Guerlain's permanent collection. It's called Legendary. Excuse me if I pronounce it incorrectly, but it's the newer bottles that, you know, the bottles that changed in 2021, and there's a couple of different fragrances. That actually I own 2 of those fragrances in the new bottles, and so they rebottled the Insolence. But I would say with me, on initial spray, you do get that fruity blast. Red berries. Now, when it says red berries, I'm not really sure which red berries I think I smell. I think of raspberry. I think of raspberry when I hear red berries. And then after that, it doesn't stay fruity very long. It goes straight into like powdery, soft violet, and woodsy notes. And this is the eau de parfum, so just so you can tell what we're reviewing. So I would say great longevity. So I would say beast mode kind of fragrance. Just really soft and pretty. I would say this is like a bump up from like the favorite, or in regards to intensity of that very soft floral powdery, but with some intensity. It smells absolutely delicious.
I even like the bottle. The bottle kind of reminds me of the like 3 little saucers or 3 little bowls that you'll have in your house.
Oh, I like that.
Like fruit bowls, or like a corsage, like for the prom, fellas. You remember like getting a corsage for your date and things like that. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. I don't know.
Like
you guys kind of see the same
flying
thing?
saucer, exactly. So
Yeah.
that this bottle has been discontinued, so they don't have this bottle like this. As far as on the Guerlain's like the site, they have that kind of almost fade-looking bottle. But yes, yeah, I do like that. I like the idea of the saucers, like kind of like teacups to the saucers, that kind of thing. That's really fun.
It looks like 3 saucers full of juice if you look really closely.
Oh yeah, I would say too. So in regards to the newer bottles, I'm not sure if they would have reformulated or changed, but the notes seem different on the new bottle. In the sense of on this one they have red berries, but on the actual newer bottle, it says violets at the top notes, then there's wild strawberry. So now they are telling you specifically that they did a strawberry note versus just red berries in general. Then it's an orange blossom, iris in the base, vanilla, tonka, and sandalwood.
Smell it as you
Yeah.
As you're moving your arms and stuff.
Right.
Wow.
So what's different? The wild strawberry and the vanilla. So those are added into the fragrance as far as the notes that are mentioned on the new bottle. So I actually am very curious. I would actually like to purchase the new bottle. I'm not sure if I think I'll probably get the eau de parfum. Kind of curious about the eau de toilette since I own the eau de parfum. Just to see if maybe that's like a lighter version, but I don't think it's going to be light. I think it's still going to be beast mode too. It's probably going to just have different notes or a different version of the fragrance. But yeah, like, you know, if I decide to get that bottle, I'll definitely review it and we'll see, you know, how it goes. But really loving this one. I've had this for a couple of years now. I would say initially I smelled this when I was a kid and I wasn't really attracted to the scent. I thought it smelled pretty, but I didn't know what I was smelling. My mom owned it. Someone gave it to her as a present and she actually really did not like it. Meaning for herself, she didn't wear it.
Why Miss Lorraine didn't like it?
Too sweet, fruity. She just goes. My mom tends to go more like with lemony, you know, kind of aqua or fresh smelling. Yeah, this is like very heavy. Probably reminded her of something old fashioned. I'm not too sure, but actually I was wearing it as a kid, and then but I kind of laid off. You know, I was going there to spritz it on, but straight away from it as far as I stopped being interested in it, and then you know, kind of the bottle got thrown away, and you know, and then I picked it up again. I was like. Yeah, I know what I'm smelling now. I understand what I'm smelling, so I had a new love for it.
You say that your scent palette, or however you would say it, do you think your nose kind of matured into like actually liking the scent like later on?
Absolutely, I would definitely say that was it. And then also you can kind of give your insight too, right? You can kind of say like, do you perceive or see fragrances differently now that you understand what you're smelling?
Absolutely.
I would say it was just learning, having the love and appreciation for fragrances more than just how it smells, understanding what you're smelling, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah, just really getting into it, and then like immerse yourself, like kind of doing your research, because again, I came up like a lot of y'all. I don't think most of us get into just niche fragrances unless you have like parents that collected them. So a lot of us probably start out as designer fragrances. So you just recognize what smelled good to your nose, but you didn't really know note breakdown or how to like really distinguish different notes and different things or different fragrances that were designer. But now, you know, like on this journey, I'm learning so much, just like really being able to distinguish different notes and flowers and this and that, and it's cool.
It just comes from smelling things in nature, you know, like you know, if you want to know.
We just went for a hike like a couple days ago, and we were like in the wilderness, and just being out in the world. That's really the introduction into like how your nose expands.
Right, exactly. So you can understand what you're smelling as far as maybe smelling the real, actual, natural flower, or just smell natural flowers. Go to botanical gardens, go on a hike. You see a flower, sniff it out of curiosity. You know that if it interests you. But thank you everyone for coming back to Have a Seven Boyfriend. Let me know. Have you tried Guerlain Insolence? Have you tried the eau de parfum, the eau de parfum, the eau de toilette? Let us know. Like, do you kind of notice a difference? And you know, like, let's know what you think about violet in a fragrance.
All right, guys. So thank you for joining us for another episode of Have a Seven Boyfriend. Again, don't forget to leave your likes, comments, share, subscribe, because we always look forward to interacting with you guys. So until next time, we'll see you guys in the next video.
All right, bye.
Bye, guys.